and you got opening day, MLB opening day. A lot of action. I mean, even the defending champions were in action this yesterday, and it was a lot of whole slate of games. The Cardinals played the Pirates, where the Pirates came out to win 4-1. The Cubs played the Angels, the Angels came out 1-6-4. Oh, it was. Oh, yeah. You're right. And the Blue Jays and the Rays was the late night game. Actually, no, that was the earlier game, which was 5-3. And then the Mets and the Royals played last night, which was 4-3. And so from watching these games, and that was obviously a World Series rematch, in which the Mets, they I mean, early in the game, there were arguably some calls that sometimes the umpire was ruling some of these throws strikes, and I was like, man, that's so far out of the strike zone. Like, it was so bad. So, but all in all, Kansas City came and did their thing. But how did you guys feel about opening day? What do you guys think about just MLB season getting started up, and then us, being able to pick who's going to make it to the World Series and then who will eventually play in the World Series? Where do you start with you? What do you think?
Little known fact, actually, pretty big baseball fan, and I was very excited about opening day. Together. Yeah, I was very excited about opening day. I think we got. We got what we expected. The Pirates are one of those teams that are on the cusp. They're like right on the edge. Like, you could get a wild card spot. You could contend. It just depends on how McCutchen and the rest of those guys play throughout the season. And we got to win from them. We got the Royals going up against the Mets, World Series rematch, and it went basically like the World Series went. The defense and the pitching of the Royals is superb. And they had the Mets in situations 3 times in the game in 3 separate innings where they left 2 guys stranded on base. And the Mets weren't even able to score until the 8th inning, where they were able to drop a couple out in left field and get some guys on base. And then there was some suspect play from Cespedes in the first inning. He had that error, dropped the ball, then sort of lackadaisically picked it up, dropped it again, threw it, which caused the Royals to score that 1 run that they ended up winning by 1 run. Yeah. They won 5-4. And then Cespedes was the one who got struck out at the very end of the game. Yeah. So even though that was one of the better moves of the offseason was the Mets re-signing Cespedes, he did not have that great of an opening day game. But again, there's like 162 baseball games. Yeah. So the first game doesn't mean all that much. But I think it was a pretty entertaining day of baseball. I'm more excited for tonight. Got a quadruple header on ESPN with who I personally think is the best team in baseball playing. But we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. All right, Khalid. What do you think about opening day?
Well, I'm not really too much into baseball, and I didn't get to see any of the games, but I definitely heard that it was, like y'all said, it was an exciting game. It's an exciting games. Pirates were beating the Cardinals. Like you said, that's something they do. They coming through clean. They looking good. Big game I heard. This is the Mets and the Royals. Like this is just the depth in their rosters and how well these teams play. I think they have a whole lot of potential going throughout the whole season, and they both look like very good and clean teams. Right now, I can't make any predictions about the World Series and which favorites because it is just the first game. It is the opening day. Now I would like to see some of the games today, but the championship game is tonight, the NCAA tournament. So you might have to peep that myself.
All right, Rashad, what do you think about opening day?
Opening day was kind of what you expect from opening day. Basically, everybody got to see the game they wanted to see. And you're looking at these teams and you're like, how's it going to turn out? So you're watching, we can mainly go to the Royals and Mets again. You're watching it like, we want to see who's more hungry coming into this season. Is it the championship hangover, or is it the team that wants it more? What is it? So you see that game. That's basically the headline of the day for opening day. That's turned into basically what opening day used to be like for the Yankees and the Red Sox. That's what you wanted to see. I'm not gonna say the rivalries like that, but that's what you wanted to see, and that's what you came to get. You got a good game, like you said. The air plays a part. It's just you just like you said, you just gotta wait to see what teams can come, because it's all about your pitching play. It's all about healthiness. It's all about staying healthy throughout the season and everything like that. So early in the opening day is more so isn't exciting, but you want to watch what goes on throughout the whole season.
Okay. Well, I think opening day was a good. it was a good, continuation from last season. I feel as though, because I mean, just because this was legit the championship series, and we saw a lot of what we saw in the championship, and we saw the Kansas City doing their thing early in the game, getting hits and everything. But then it seemed like as the innings waned on, they weren't able to put more points up on the board. Like there was a point in time, but they had two guys on base, and they couldn't.
Three separate innings.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Innings.
And then the Mets also, and then even in that ninth inning, I think they had two on base.
Again.
Yeah, they had two guys on base again to end the ninth inning, and then they just couldn't pull it out, even tie the game. So when you look at things like that, I mean, it's exciting because Kansas City is one of the best hitting teams there was last season. But as far as opening, I think it's a good. Because there were two possible World Series teams. I mean, 3 or 4 World Series possible teams playing on opening day. So I feel as though we got a little precursor to what we could see, as the season may go on. I mean, granted, it is the first game, like Khaled was saying, it is the first game, but we did get a little bit of a preview. So as far as World Series predictions go, I mean, me personally, I think this might make Rudy happy because I know your squad, but I feel like the Blue Jays and the Cubs can't
sleep on the Cubs.
Yeah, the Blue Jays and the Cubs, or the Nationals can make it to the World Series. Or the Nationals can make it to the World Series because the Blue Jays, when you have the reigning MVP on your team, I mean, there's not much to say about that. And then it's just like a star-studded squad. I mean, you got
what money can do for you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what money can do for you.
I mean, having Jose Bautista, Jordan Donaldson, and the boys, that don't hurt. That don't hurt your squad. But and then when you look at the Cubs are also I know the Cubs. I'll let you talk about the Cubs. But as far as the Blue Jays go, I mean, this is the team that was number 1 in defensive efficiency last year. They led the league in home runs and earned runs and everything. Like they led the league almost every single category. And then they're second in the AL and what's it called and catches and some catch. I can't remember the exact stat, but they were second to guess who? Kansas City. So Kansas City was the number 1 in that specific statistical category. So you look at those kind of things and you're just like, man, Toronto was legit right there. And I mean, it went to a 6-game series last year with the Royals, in which now you see Toronto might be coming off and be like, man, a lot of times you see the teams that bounce back after tough playoff losses and end up being the teams in the World Series the next season. And so I feel as though that the Blue Jays can definitely make it there. And the Nationals, when you have arguably the best player in baseball in Bryce Harper on your team, that's a lot of good. That does a lot of good. And Strasburg and the crew don't hurt nothing either. So I feel like a lot of people have kind of have the Nationals. They're that team that they're like, man, you have legit the talent. But then we see these other teams, they're like, they got talent all over the place, like just all over the field. But the Nationals are a team that I don't think should be slept on either. But yeah, Rudy, go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Before I get to the prediction, I just want to say the Mets are not a team to be slept on because even though they lost that game last night and they left 2 people on bases stranded in 3 separate innings, the pitching for the Mets, the pitching rotation for the Mets is arguably the best in baseball. Yeah. Last night, their pitcher, when he got subbed out, I think he was somewhere around like 48 to 50 pitches, and that's compared to the Royals pitcher who pitched into the 7th inning with well over 100.
Yeah,
and that goes to show you that they're hitting the ball. They were struggling to get guys in, and the Mets, they were getting these guys out after that error of a first inning, and then all the way through. Then they had some issues towards the bottom of the 6th when their pitcher, you could tell there's a little wear and tear on the arm. But they're not a team to be slept on. As far as predictions go, I'm going to go with a World Series matchup of Houston Astros versus Chicago Cubs. I think the Astros are one of the best teams in the league right now that aren't getting talked about as much because people are focused on the Kansas City Royals and the Blue Jays. Yep. But the Astros are one of those teams, the Astros are one of those teams that could surprise everyone and come in. The Nationals are another perennial team, but I don't really like them because, yes, they're 3rd in the National League in scoring, but that they make a lot of errors. Their defense and their pitching just wasn't there last year. Hopefully they can play like they did 2 years ago. Yeah. And then you would have that Nationals team that you're talking about to sneak in. But Cubs, personally, my favorite team, it's time for the drought to be broken. They haven't won a championship since 1908. Yeah. It is time to bring that championship back to Wrigley Field. These guys have the team. They have the pieces to do something great. They have the 3rd youngest roster in the they have the third youngest lineup in the National League.
Yeah.
They brought in Jason Hayward. They brought in John Lackey, who was rated 10th amongst all pitchers in the league last year, to go to their bullpen rotation. They brought in Ben Zobrist. These are all 3 all-star players that have been in the league for a while to add to that third youngest roster. So you're adding some veteran presence to go deep into the playoffs. They're bringing back Kyle Schwarber, who is their he leads them in home runs. He leads the club in home run history in the playoffs. So that's more depth to go into the season. Then you got Chris Bryant, who was the rookie of the year last year. So that's great young talent. Then you got Jake Arrieta, who won the Cy Young last year for being, great pitcher. So they literally have everything covered, and they're the third youngest team in the league. This could turn into a dynasty type situation with this Cubs team. And you're going to get your first look at them tonight when they play the Angels. You see Mike Trout versus Jake Arrieta. It's going to be a pretty good game, but I think the Cubs are probably going to win it all. And that's not me being a fan. That's me looking at the team.
Man.
Hold on. So, Khaled, you don't have a prediction to give, right?
Nah, not yet.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
This Cubs team been on a drought, Rudy. Been on a drought, man.
1908, man.
Hey, it's going to be 2016 too, man. Yeah, you can keep adding on to the list, bro. But, I mean, it's hard, it's hard to pick against the Royals again because, just how dominant they've been for the past 2 seasons. It's hard to go against that. It's hard to see how good the Mets are doing. But let's not sleep on my Yankees here now. Let's not sleep on my Yankees here. Hey, giving the Royals a run for the money for the Royals. Hey, they can get up there and take that spot from the Royals. Hey, let's not sleep on them. Come on, you got A-Rod. Hey, this is A-Rod season. Oh my, this is A-Rod season. Kobe Ellsbury. Hey, this whole lineup. Hey, all it takes if Tanaka come out and play like he's supposed to, watch out because we good. CC Batten come out and play like he needs to. This Yankees team gonna be all right, but I just want to see. I honestly do have faith in my Yankees. They can be really good. They can be really bad.
Here's the problem with that. I'm just gonna try and jump in there on what you were saying. Tanaka has an elbow injury.
He has an injury.
So he's hurt. So it's going to take him a good while to get back in that rotation.
Yeah.
And then CC Sabathia is recovering from alcoholism. So that's a major problem there. And then you're looking at, Derek Jeter-less Yankees now.
But
A-Rod, you do have him for a full season.
We have star-studded hitters there.
You have a lot of pieces that could come together well, but it could also be a train wreck.
That's what I'm saying. We could either be great or we could be awful.
I don't like those odds.
Hey, this team is not going to be an in-between team this season. We're not going to be an in-between team. We're either going to be really good or we're going to be really bad. One of the two.
So there's no team that you could pick to be better than the Yankees.
No, I told you like the Royals.
So that's who you're picking to go to the World Series.
Am I picking the Yankees? I got to pick the Yankees. I got to pick the Yankees.
Who are they playing? Who are they playing though?
Who are they playing? I can.
No. They would beat the Astros to get to the World Series. Who would they be playing?
See, I'm thinking you have.
Come on, man.
You have. I'm not gonna pick your Cubs, man. I told you I'm gonna pick your Cubs.
Come on, man. Even if you don't pick the Cubs, you're gonna pick the Mets, who are top to bottom better than the Yankees. If you don't pick the Mets, you gotta pick the Giants, who are top to bottom.
The Giants
top to bottom better than the Yankees. If you don't pick them,
they're top to bottom, but the Yankees.
Come on,
I heard
the St. Louis Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals.
I haven't heard nobody mention the Rangers.
Talking about the Rangers. The Rangers are better than the Yankees. The Sox are better than the Yankees.
You can say the same thing for the Royals. A lot of teams can be better than the Royals this year. A lot of those teams can be better. They are the reigning champs.
Better than the Royals. As a team, the Royals are one
of the best. And you can't disrespect the champions.
You can't. I didn't. I said they could. I said it could be a tough road to go to the Royals, but they can go to the Royals.
With that pick, you didn't just disrespect the champions. You disrespected everyone in the AL.
I didn't, man. Both conferences are actually getting stacked now, and there's teams everywhere that can just go. Yeah. And the Yankees is one of those teams that no matter what, they can always go.
I might give you a wild card for the Yankees.
Maybe. See, no, it's no wild. It's either we in the top or we're not in at all.
Rashad, I have a question. I don't think in any sport you haven't picked your favorite team.
Yeah, I have.
Apart from basketball and with the Lakers, and that's obvious that we weren't going to win a championship. You haven't not.
No, but the Lakers are just like the Yankees. They're either going to be great or they're going to be butt.
No, but that situation when we had last year, it was obvious.
All right, so
you picked the Lakers, but you picked the Cowboys
because the Cowboys had a great odds, bro. The Cowboys had a great odds. UNC has been the most stacked team all season.
And then now
the most dominant
team.
So, all right, you know what? I'm not picking the Yankees then. We're going Royals. We're going Royals then. just to be different.
So are the Royals gonna play the Yankees in the ALCS?
Nope, not anymore.
So the Yankees aren't even the Yankees aren't even gonna make it.
Yankees gonna be worse now.
Oh my
They're gonna be on the bottom of it. But don't sleep on them. But I do want to see I have found a newfound love for the Dodgers. So I do kind of want to see Clayton Kershaw have a good season and Yasiel, my man Yasiel Puig.
That's my squad. Funny enough.
Those injuries.
I mean, it's honestly the reason I like the Dodgers is because Puig. Man, I love Clayton Kershaw as a pitcher. I love what he can do.
Clayton Kershaw, and I mean, I like everybody knows I like Los Angeles teams, so I mean, I like the Dodgers. But then I also like the Nats. I like the Nats just because of the fact that they're our home.
Ain't our home team. We ain't from Washington.
I live
from Virginia.
I live right by Washington.
Hey, you still in Virginia? We in Virginia.
That pitching.
I live right by.
We in Virginia. We ain't got no teams out here, man.
I think we got a minor league team.
Hey, we got plenty of those. Hey,
tune in to Old Dominion baseball. Supposed to be pretty good.
Oh yeah, we actually playing. I think we're playing UVA tonight. Is it again for a back to back? Hey, we won 5. Yeah, no, 4 games straight. This will be going for 5th. Hey, that's it. Huh? It beat UVA every time we play them. Wow. Let's go for 5 in a row today. Make sure I go out and check that game.
UVA go to championship legend.
Y'all just know how to roam. Y'all
still talking about baseball.
Hey, still talking about baseball. I mean, we got
last time I checked, the topic said MLB opening day and World Series predictions.
Because there's some potential MLB players on this Old Dominion team.
And yeah, when the day comes for their time, we'll talk about them. Today ain't the day. Anyways, moving on to the next topic.
We have a hater here.
No, because we have a time manager here. So going on to the next topic.
Fitzpatrick.
What?
Alex Smith.
Don't disrespect the quarterback.
Let's go, Kerry Collins.
Anyways, going into the NFL,